Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And on the docket for today, we have a lot of steps all around, or stops around the net to get to. We have Lyft trying to make it easier to stack some reward points. We have Spirit Airlines trying to improve and potentially go upstream like the big boys. And of course, we have the battle of the gold cards. That's right. If you remember the luxury black card, but there's a luxury gold card too, and it's got a new fresh coat of paint plus an insanely high annual fee. And of course, we have the tried and true business gold card with a new credit as well. So we'll take a look at both of those just for the fun of it to close the show. But of course, if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, we will lead off with Lyft. Generally seen, I think, is second fiddle to Uber. They don't want to be forgotten, so they're trying to provide some additional value and a little bit of lock-in to its customer base. So if you take a look at this, we found the article from TPG. They're calling it Lyft Cash Rewards Program. Basically, what you can do here is you can see the table, but riders who turn on auto reload can choose to top up their Lyft cash balance in 3 tiers. So $25 would net you 2% cash back, no additional perks. $50 would net you 4% back and 2 relaxed cancellation fees per month. $100 would net you 5% cash back, 2 relaxed, the same cancellation fees, and 2 free XL upgrades per month. Now, this does stack with other perks of theirs. So you have Lyft Pink, for example. It works. The riders will earn cash back when they reload. So I believe the cash back is going to be in their account, I would want to say. I don't think it's going to be like just cash back that you can take with you. But overall, there it goes. Classic rewards for and stacking, especially because we do have some credit cards, that offer about 3% on, ride share. So if you did it with one of those, you get your credit card rewards. I mean, you'd get the rewards anyways because you're going to the ride, presumably, but you get a little bit extra, 5% from Lyft, 3% from your credit card, and of course, Lyft kind of locks folks in. I would assume most people just kind of pull up the app and kind of do a price comparison to see who's cheaper, who's quicker. So I think it could make sense in very niche use cases. I wouldn't go and load a ton of money on here and be stuck with Lyft unless you just really like Lyft over Uber. But I think in specific scenarios, it's not bad. Again, it doesn't cost you anything, so nice little bit of extra there, if you will. Now, someone who has been doing a lot of little bits is BILT Rewards. It seems like we've talked about them over the last 3 or 4 weeks. They had that roadmap, but they're just constantly throwing things out there, which is good because we need things to talk about. What are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about BILT Cash. It's basically a new type of rewards program they have coming out in January. So let's take a look. They do have a press release. Again, like I said, BILT Cash, this will launch January 1st of next year, so not too far away. It's going to replace the Milestone Rewards program. So this new rewards currency works exclusively within the BILT ecosystem without taking away any flexibility of your BILT points. BILT Cash can be redeemed for fixed value at local merchants in our network, such as cash off when you use mobile checkout, hotels in BILT's travel portal, fitness classes, home delivery orders, etc. So $10 in BILT Cash is worth $10 with merchants in our network. They go on to say, so similar to Milestone Rewards, you'll earn $50 in BILT Cash every time you earn 25,000 BILT points. So there you go. I mean, so it looks like you can earn the points side by side. You can have your BILT points, which you can go to transfer partners and things of that nature. Plus, you also have BILT Cash as well. If I'm reading that correctly, again, I don't know a ton about this. I don't have the card really. Truthfully, all we ever really focus on is the BILT points and transfer partners. But if it's a thing you get on the side, I think it's fine as long as it's easily usable. It looks like a one-to-one redemption, and presumably you can just earn it by earning BILT points, which is what you already want to do with the card anyways. Again, I think BILT keeps going down this path to remind folks, hey, we still have an entire platform and we're more than just the credit card. So, hey, if we can save you a few bucks here or there, if it's worth it, why not? So we are a fan, and I guess we'll tune in next week to see what they launch from that roadmap. I'm sure it'll be something, which is good because I like things to talk about. Now, someone else giving us something to talk about, believe it or not, is Spirit Airlines. Yeah, Spirit Airlines making the news. So, Spirit Airlines not doing too great. They were in merger talks, didn't really go well. Now they're coming, I believe they're coming out of bankruptcy, so they've got to have a plan should they make it out of bankruptcy. But we're positive people here, so we're rooting for them, right? So they have a plan. Some of it not too surprising. One of the points pretty interesting. So I got this from TPG. And you can see, so first, Spirit plans more scheduled cuts. As you can imagine, you're not making a ton of money until you end up in bankruptcy. You got to save the money somewhere. So they estimate that it will be about 20% smaller in 2026 than it is this year. And that's on top of the reductions they made last year. So Spirit seats are already forecast to drop 24% in 2025, which is just about over. So they do think they'll resume modest growth in 2027, about 9% thereafter. They also plan to shrink their fleet to just reliable Airbus 320s and 321 planes. Not an aviation expert, but they do go on to say that all the new technology A320neo and A321neo planes have been plagued with Pratt & Whitney engine issues. So that's not good as well. Now, you could have predicted that, for sure. It's like bar rescue. Like, what should you do? And like 3 of the 4 ththings are very obvious. Like, I don't know, maybe run a broom over the place, right? You can come to bankruptcy. We got to shrink a little bit, save some costs. Third one is interesting. They are planning on potentially pushing the brand farther upstream, up market. It's a nice way of saying make it more expensive and get away from the budget airline. Spirit does have like their I think they're first class, if you will. I don't know what they call it, but they do have these larger seats, more typical than what you'd see on like a Delta One or business class type deal. Now, the article really goes on. They don't give too much detail on it, but overall, we do have the same sentiment. Many people have experienced ultra low cost carrier service and known what it means versus the full service carrier. So the shift is benefiting full service carriers like Delta Airlines and United are driving premiumization of airline cabins. And of course, they say it's going to be hard to, shift customer perspective of this. They don't really give details on how they're going to do it. It's easy to laugh at for a little bit, but we're actually seeing this in real time. I wouldn't say Southwest was like budget airline by any means, not on a Spirit's level, of course not. But their whole transparency thing. Hey, it's just a free for all. Sit wherever you want. We're going to be like right in the middle of the road, I guess, is what Southwest I think was. We're not the legacy airlines, but we're not Spirit either. And then, as we've reported here many times now, just as much as BILT thinks Southwest is basically flipped their whole program over, and they're just copying the playbook from the big guys. You got assigned seating. You can get better seating if you buy better tickets, or you have credit cards to get the check bags, or let you pick your seat earlier, that whole thing. So it's not crazy. For some reason, we just can't figure out budget airlines over here. So if I'm Spirit, I'm like, man, this sucks, but all these guys are, making money doing that. And even Southwest is moving, so we're going to have like 4 airlines doing basically the same thing. That increases the ceiling of pricing. Like, I'm just making these numbers up. If it's like $200 a seat, Delta's at like $5, so United's at like $450, I can still go up a lot higher. And and I think it'd be interesting to see. The biggest thing again is just switching customer perspective, which the article calls out is not really what Spirit is known for. But I don't think it'll presumably be that hard to do. But it is also interesting to how do you treat your existing customer base, right? People still fly it, and are you going to totally get rid of those people? Then where do they go after that? So that's what Spirit Airlines is up to. But if you don't like Spirit Airlines, I can understand why. Apparently people don't, because they're coming out of bankruptcy. You might be a tried and true American Airlines fan, and you might want another credit card. Well, they have you covered with a new card. So let's take a look at this. American Airlines Advantage Global MasterCard. You're clocking in at a $350 annual fee. Your multipliers, 3 back on American Airlines purchases, 6 back on hotel bookings. That is through AA Advantage, not just direct hotels. I should have read that differently. Don't get too excited. 2x back on restaurants. That does include takeout and delivery. 2x back ride share. So if you wanted to load your Lyft Cash card and some AA miles, then there you go. And then 1 back on everything else. Your benefits, no foreign transaction fees. First check bag free on domestic American Airlines itineraries. Preferred boarding on American Airlines flights. American Airlines companion certificate. That starts in the second card member year upon renewal, valid for 1 qualifying domestic round trip in main cabin, $99 ticket. That does, they capped it at $99. That seems like a bit much. Flight streak bonus, earn 5,000 loyalty points after every 4 qualifying American Airlines flights, up to 15,000 points per status year. Up to $240 back on Turo, $30 per eligible trip. That's like a service where you rent other people's cars. There's regular people's cars. Generally, they're like cool cars, though. not renting like a Camry or anything. So $240 each calendar year. So you do have to go through a special link. It's over on the blog for you if you want. $100 back on in-flight purchases, pretty standard each calendar year. $100 annual splurge credit, earn statement credits at up to 2 merchants from the following options. First dibs, eligible at Area Advantage hotels, Future Personal Training, Live Nation. I guess the hotels, I don't know what the other ones are. Admirals Club Globe Passes, 4 digital lounge passes per calendar year. They value them at $300. I don't know about that, but okay. Global entry or TSA pre-check. Travel and shopping protections. And the intro offer, of course, is 90,000 miles with $5,000 in spend within the first 5 months. So it's nice that they give you a little bit of runway. So it's probably a replacement to like the old Barclays. Was it the Barclays Aviator Advantage card, whatever they had. So it does slot in their lineup nicely. I think if you need some points, by all means, this is fine. I don't really see enough here for the $350 because it's right in the middle. The problem with the middle card is either you just go towards the entry level card, or you might as well just punch up $200 more to the executive card, and that gets you the Admirals Club access, a little bit more stuff. So it's a middle of the road card. I just think most people would be better served either this end of the spectrum or the high end at the Admirals or the Advantage card or the executive card. Really, it's not terrible. It's just kind of like meh. I think it really bothers me that the companion cert is capped at $99. If that wasn't capped, then it would be much easier to make your money back. I mean, you can make your money back here, but you got to be really into flying often and frequently with American Airlines, obviously. But at the point where you're doing that, like you're doing 4 a year to max out like these earning streaks, right? Well, then I would say you're probably, if you're doing 4 plus a year, then you're probably, again, back to the executive card. If you're not doing 4, then you're probably at the lower tier card. So you can let me know, but I think it's really more so a points grab, but more options is good. So I'm sure someone will get this and like it. So there you go, new credit card for you. Now, not quite a new card, but the silliest stories. This is the luxury card. If you remember this, there's like the luxury black card and the luxury gold card. And someone sent this to me on Discord, and they're like, hey, check this out. These guys actually redid the card. And I was like, cool, whatever. But if you look at it, we'll look at this in a second. The annual fee on this thing is insane. It's $1,200. And it's a funny story. I had done years ago, I didn't know what to talk about on the weekend. And so I got a mailer for the luxury black card, and the video is still up. And I did that. That's like one of my more popular videos. I did it on a whim. I don't know what to talk about. I was like, oh, this thing's hilarious. I should just do a video about the mailer. And every so often that video will spike, like once, twice a year. And that's how I know they've sent out a new round of mailers for the card. So just for the fun of it, I think we can actually look at this. I'm actually going to go to the old website here, and we can go through this. But yeah, there's 2 of them. I believe Barclays is the issuer of these cards, so they've redone them. They did not send me a press release, obviously. So here you go. Their website, we've got it up for you now. Luxury gold card, MasterCard gold card, made with 24 karat gold. So apparently they're going after Robinhood here as well. And you can see $1,200 annual fee, which is insane. $350 for authorized users. So again, 2% value for airfare redemptions. Earn $1,000 towards airfare when you acquire 50,000 points with no blackout dates. 2% value for cashback redemptions. 2x on airfare and hotels. Cashback on can be deposited directly. Okay, so we've got that. Credits, $200 annual dining credit. Dine and earn, get up to $200 in annual credits, statement credits when you use your qualifying restaurants. $300 airline credit, up to $300 in annual airline travel. $200 ship and play credits. Send your belongings ahead of time with ship. I don't think I've actually seen that one before. I wonder if that just works on regular ship. I mean, they have little twos here. We could go down here and read more about it. I really don't think it's that serious, though, so we're not going to do that, but we could. Well, you let me know. If you really want to see a review of these again, I'm happy to do it. And again, a calculator for redemptions. Concierge, they are big on the concierge, so, milestones and more, personalizing every day for everyone, setting up for success, cool. So here's some more stuff. So global entry, cool. Annual airline credit, I think they just told us about that up top. VIP priority pass, cool, I guess. No foreign transaction fees, as you would imagine. They just put some luxury brands on here. So I think you get the point. And of course, they've got MasterCard benefits. I would think this had to be a world legend MasterCard, though. You would think it should be given the price that you get. These are a lot of the MasterCard benefits you're seeing down here. And just for the fun of it, they do have a black card. The thing about this one is the black card is actually cheaper. It's $700. So they've actually put the gold card ahead of the black card. I mean, we don't need to go through all this. There was one more, titanium. Where's titanium rank? All right, so titanium's at the bottom, then black, then gold is at the top. So there you go. I didn't see anything. I'll stop that screen recording. I didn't see anything there really worth $1,100. I mean, I guess someone will come up with some kind of arbitrage play because the price of gold has gone through the roof as of late. So there you go. Luxury gold card. $1,200. But the last story, we normally say American Express is the most expensive. Well, they've clearly been outdone because American Express is actually going the opposite direction. For the business gold card, they've added a new credit, and this is $150 Squarespace credit. So if we see here, I'll put it on screen for you. You can take a look at it, but overall, it's not too bad given with the fees. The gold card is going for $375, and it's gonna be one of those credits where it doesn't really help out everyone, but I think it works on purchases directly at Squarespace.com or actually scheduling.com. Subscription purchases are subject to auto renewal and annual plans. That's kind of what they say. So there you go. I'll put up the terms if you want to read them. I do use Squarespace. Squarespace. So Google used to have a company or a division called Google Domains, which is what my domain is from, profitablecontent.com. Then they sold that to Squarespace. So now my Google Workspace, which is how you get like your name at profitablecontent.com for your email address. So I do get charged for Squarespace now as well. So I could use this. It's not bad. I mean, for actual businesses. It's not a bad credit. Still don't like the card, but with most of these credits, either it helps you greatly or it doesn't at all. This one is pretty good for me, but people here probably not. So there you go. Battle of the gold cards. As much as it pains me to say, I still think I'd go with the American Express Business Gold over the luxury gold card. My God, $1,200, even being made out of gold. That's insane. I don't even think the Robinhood card costs that much, and you can get a gold version of the Robinhood card. I don't think it costs that much. And it's still better, provided you can get into the Robinhood card. Anyhow, that is the news for this week. So, of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below if you found it particularly interesting. So, subscribe to the channel. So, we're posting content just like this every single week. And, of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And, of course, every single day over on profitablecontent.com, aforementioned domain. We have the latest news stories just like this. We did not publish the gold card story, but we have good news stories. Plenty of bank promotions and, of course, credit card offers. Again, none for the luxury card as well, but the real stuff. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.